get my live chat going. There we go. Mic seems to be working. Hello, y'all. Welcome to another Saturday short stream. Saturday short streams. I'm Justin the Zilla. For those who are watching in the current day or maybe in the soon future, did a live stream yesterday, opening up the Masters of the Universe Chronicles. It was Trapjaw and Man-at-Arms, and was finally actually able. I actually had a bit of free time, so we're doing this, thankfully. Even though I was very doubtful, but thank y'all for supporting the previous stream and those of y'all who will support this one. But we're gonna go ahead. Of course, went out shopping, got some new figures. Little tease there. We'll see you next Friday. So, switch on over. Get to it. Oh, there we go. Got my guy there. So we got Scareglow, who was actually the first figure of this line here, but for me, I kind of waited up until this moment because I knew I wanted to at least either do him by himself or have him paired up with someone. So, doing these short Saturday streams where I can do one figure kind of by itself kind of helps a bit. So, finally nice to get this guy open and see. Well, of course I already know what's going on with Chronicles, but finally get the first figure of this wave open. I got him since day one, since he came out, because I got him at Walmart. Was where I got them, so only able, but great packaging artwork. Masters of the Universe Chronicles inaugural edition. So this is the inaugural figure. Deluxe articulation Scareglow, evil ghost of Skeletor. So Skeletor is freaking dead, brother. And there he is, and all these ghosts and souls and stuff. And then there's even Prince Adam and Corringer back there. That's kind of fun. Masters of the Universe Chronicles, Mattel. On the side here, Scareglow, Master, Evil Ghost of Skeletor. I keep saying Master Ghost of Skeletor, but it's Evil Ghost of Skeletor. But you got Master of the Universe Chronicles. I think that's a different... Is that a different image? That is a different image from the front one. Pretty nice. Pretty cool bottom, not very much barcode and all that stuff. Top Master's logo. And then Scareglow, Evil Ghost of Skeletor. If the one thing to fear is fear itself, then no being is more terrifying than the Lord of Subternia. Scareglow, his ghostly light can paralyze even the bravest of Eternia's warriors. Nice little package art. These figures. More art there. I should turn off my things. Do not disturb. There we go. Yeah, but for those tuning in, doing these short streams, do my long streams every Friday. Be sure to check out the previous one where we looked at more Masters of the Universe. But we got more images of Scareglow and all his plastic glory jumping, and then you got cool little art there, little skeleton ghost dudes in the underworld. I guess it's, what is it? Subeternia makes sense. Eternia makes sense. I guess like the underworld, the dead world. Oh, there's the guy. Yeah, get him open. Using our trusty toolkit. Tools out here. Of course, we got the trusty X-Acto blade. With tape that's all around. So one at the bottom. If I can cut straight, excuse me. There we go. And then two for the sides. One here, one there. Bruh. Bruh. There we are. Hopefully that's it. Bye. Get him going. There's your box. To the ether. Might keep this box because this is the inaugural. This is the first one. That's very cool. And have all your things there. Got Skeletor with the thing there have Subternia and all of its otherworldly, kind of hellish look here. Contents have the giant axe spear thing, some hands, and then the figure. Nothing very much else going on. But then here's our dude in all his plastic glory. It'd be nice if he would look straight. There we go. Maybe a little head tilty, but there he is. Looking pretty badass. Looking pretty neat. So we'll get his accessories out first because they don't seem to be too difficult to get out. So he comes with, of course, 2 little hands here. He comes with a right grip hand. Has your bone skeleton details there. Has some claws there. Has a brownish kind of grayish black to the skin tone, and then has a splayed out left hand there. So pretty nice. Pretty cool. Then a weapon. I don't even know what to call this. It kind of looks like it's not like a spear. It's kind of like more of like an axe, or even, I would say, even a cadaver, if you will, but it has some Eternian kind of letters there, kind of scribes, but really nice detail there. Has the little bits missing, has this little dragon head thing going on here, and then kind of coils around at the top there with a little cone shape going on there, and then have just a middle grip. That same silver, and then just some little bits and bobs there, little detailing. You can actually see all that line work in there, so pretty intricate. There's a little bit of gunk on there. I assume that's from the mold of the plastic, but then a little end piece there, a little point, so not too bad. And then the hard part, going to be getting these twist ties out of here. Get Mr. Snippy. See how the heck we can do this without damaging our figure, because these are clearly pretty tight on his body, especially on the armor. We're gonna figure this out. Also, his cape is taped down as well. We'll untape that to get it a little bit more. Oh, there we go. I'll probably do this from the back. Make sure I'm not damaging anything. Pull out my plastic. Extract this as securely as possible. There we are. Very nice. Very cool. But if any of y'all tuning in have any questions or want to ask anything or see anything, feel free. It's all about hanging out with y'all who tune in and talk figures, talk toys, talk anything, really. I'm good. I'm down for very much. I'm going to get rid of my trash in a second. Thank y'all to the ones who are liking. I appreciate it. Supporting the cause. There we go. Not too shabby there. Cool. Staying to the ether. There we are. So there is our Scareglow. The box. Looking over here. I assume, yes, that is removable. Okay, that's pretty pliable. Nice. But there you go. Got the ghost. The evil ghost of Skeletor in all his plastic glory. Weirdly doesn't have a mouth articulation. I kind of would expect that. But there he is with those green glowing eyes, that kind of cracked skull there, but really nice detail, dirty work there, and a blacked out sunken thing, but has the green flames around the head. Has the Skeletor-esque kind of upper armor, but a bit different for Scareglow. Bit of a different look. Has like this little chain thing going on here. Has this little demon face going on here. Has some more skeleton faces on the shoulder pads. Pads are kind of like big collar pieces too around, and then goes down to this cape. A little bit basic, nothing very much really going on here, and doesn't really even match with the color scheme. I mean, it is purple, but it doesn't really match the rest. I kind of wish that this was a darker blue kind of like the costume, but even on the inside, it's a little... Alright, has some tatterings on there. Would be cool to maybe see if I can replace this with a wired cape at some point, maybe. I don't even know if it's even possible to get under there. But then getting back to the details on the body, have these weird, it's kind of like grayish, kind of, I guess, kind of like muscles. So I guess it's still supposed to be like his skin, but then his muscles are mainly protruding out. And then even one for the abs. And on the back, nothing there. That's all just muscle there, but has the classic tunic that kind of goes around it. And then on the front, has this kind of kingly skeleton winged head dude design, so that's pretty cool. Has your armor on the side, has a grip and a fist on the hands, and then with the legs has that still muscle look there with the legs, but grayed out, and then the bones kind of protruding with the upper thigh and the knee and the lower calf. And then kind of like a wraparound, kind of like chained up kind of boots, I guess. Or at least one's chained up. This one isn't. I wonder if is that the same for these gauntlets? No, they're both cleaned off pretty well. But then the feet, these bony feet, little claws there. Pretty nice. Does have peg holes, so that's very cool. Very nice. A little hang down. Things are very cool too, so very, very nice. So yeah, it's pretty cool. We'll go over articulation real quick and look up with the head and the neck and look down only about that far. It's a little bit limited. You can still get up that far. Do have a butterfly joint. Rotation up only about that far, not very far. Rotation back, I didn't even notice. Oh yeah, he does have little shoulder spikes there too, so that's actually kind of cool. Neat little design there, and that's on the other arm too. He even has a little bone piece at the bottom of his neck. I didn't even notice that. That's cool. But then at the bicep, you do have a swivel, a double jointed pinless elbow. Goes a bit past 90. Yeah, pretty decent. And then at the wrist, you kind of have like the import style, so where you have a ball kind of disc thing with two rods, so one goes into the actual body, and so of course you can still rotate. You can either go in and out, or you can rotate that and go up and down per your choosing. I don't think there's anything at the gauntlet either, so that's fine. But then at the torso, have a point there, so with that and the abs, let me try to get it without grabbing my cape too much, but that all together, go back about that far, crunch forward, not very much. there. He's a beefy guy, but nice. And then even there, a little bit of hula hoop action. Pretty nice. And then with the legs, kick forward. Not that far. Kick back. Not that far, not too bad. Kick out. Pretty good. Your double jointed pinless knee. Very nice. You basically go almost all the way except for here's the top of the boot, or kind of like the calf kind of cover there. You do get a swivel there as well, and then of course a swivel here because it has that same joint as the wrist, where it can come back, go forward. I don't think you have a front facing pin for rocker, but you can't rotate around. And thank you for whoever liked as well. The 3 likes. I appreciate it. Yeah, pretty cool. Of course, you can, as we saw earlier, you can take this off, which will kind of reveal a little bit more of the actual armor there. It has a little bit of a buckling thing going on there, but I think you can also, just to try it out easy enough, yeah, you can just take off the armor here. So if you want a more basic kind of scare glow, or give them a different look or different armor, you could probably do that. I would think that all these pieces are basically removable, so easy enough if you want to do something. I don't know if the head will... okay. Yeah, this won't be like super secure, but it'll stay on, this little flame effect, but I think it definitely, it looks a lot better with the head. It's just weird to me that this head does not have jaw articulation, because it looks like it would, but they just didn't sculpt it in. It would have been nice if they did that. And then nothing for pegging onto the body. Has these 4 little ports here. I assume that's just for the actual design to complete everything. Yeah, I think that's for where the cape attaches there, as you can see. Yeah, you got some pegs there, just where the cape attaches, I assume they're glued on. No, you can actually probably take that out. I just want to be careful, but... So yeah, if you do want to replace the cape, I think that is actually pretty much a possibility, so that's pretty good. Gives you some options. We'll get them back armored up, flamed on. There we go. Pretty cool. So we'll give him... So is he right-handed or left-handed? Hold on. Let me see based on my... Nope. Based on my images. Probably just assume left-handed anyways. Of course, these hands are a little tight on here, but I want to get him to hold the grip. Oh. Very cool. Very nice. But yeah, I think definitely having a more dynamic cape would probably help this guy a little bit. Give him a bit more personality. But what it looks like he is left-handed. But then, they give you the option to have either or. If you prefer him to be double-handing it, so you can take out... Oh, it's a little stuck. I don't want to break my wrist peg, but... Yeah, we're not going to risk that right now. That's a little tough, to be honest. I don't want to break that. Oh, there we go. little stuck there, but we got it. A little scary, to be honest. But we'll try to get his grip hand in there. See what we can do. Come on. Scareglow, Ghost of Skeletor. Seems like it not. Seems like it does not want it, which is okay for now. But we'll do it another day. Apologies, y'all. But yeah. Just for now, I think he works pretty well if I can get a good action pose. Something simple like that. Oh, or a like where he's like, you're not allowed to be here in the underworld. I'm the lord of the underworld now, and I am Skeletor. So, pretty cool. Pretty neat. I don't know if I'll ever not display him without the head flame, but if you want to do that, you can. I just feel like it just adds a bit more personality. It does have a little bit of a paint thing in there, so I don't know if I can get that out or if that's. It seems like it's embedded. It's like dirt or something. That kind of sucks, but well, maybe not. Okay, there we go. Easy enough. Have to get it with the fingernail. Let me put this back on because I definitely do prefer this. And it is nice that they actually did include this as an actual piece. I forget, I think the actual official original toy did kind of have this effect with the flaming head. If not, well, maybe not. No, I don't think so. I think it was more kind of like more the glow in the dark. I don't even know if this guy glows in the dark. Maybe a little bit based on what I'm seeing. Hold on. You can, I don't know if it'll come by. Like a little bit, maybe you can see there. I feel like he might have a little bit of a glow, but can't really confirm right now. But overall, great looking piece. He feels great, thankfully. You know, yeah, I've been watching all the reviews of this guy when he initially came out before. Kind of like on the fence about getting him, and then watched some reviews, and I was like, okay, y'all got me. I'll get this. Of course, it took a little bit for me to catch up with everyone based on my own priorities of what I'm opening and what I want to show off on camera, but there he is. Our little Scareglow, very nice. Very cool. So yeah, so if any of y'all tuning in here live have any questions or want to see anything, doesn't have to be He-Man related, can be anything related or even related to the figure. Doesn't have to be. Okay, but we'll put him front and center because we will do a few comparisons, just a little quick comparisons. First off, we'll show them off with our two newest figures. Of course, have Trapjaw and Man-at-Arms from the latest movie. And these two more specifically do look good. Together, Trapjaw, a little big for my opinion, but I do like him. I think he looks great. So very, very, very cool. And then Man-at-Arms, back him in. So regular kind of human size in their scale, but he's still big, chunky, and armored up. So very neat, very cool. Then next, we'll get He-Man, the man himself. From the movie, the Chronicles He-Man. One that we have at least so far. Looking pretty neat. Pretty cool. Look at my camera. Thank you, handsome man. What am I doing? You stay here. And for fun, we'll bring in our Battle Cat. Look at this guy. Chronicles Battle Cat. Has those eyes that follow you, but it looks great. Great toys, great figures. Definitely hyped to finally add this guy to the collection. And everything looks so freaking good with these guys. Honestly, the design work and kind of like updating on these figures is pretty peak by itself. And then next we got good old Orko, if that's his name. I can't remember. It's not Orb, is it? I think it's Orko, right? Little magician dude. This is from the Revelations line. This is not a part of the Chronicles one. They do have that Chronicles one that they announced recently. I'm not sure if I'll pick that up. I'm pretty content with this one for right now. This one is kind of like my mind's eye right now of what this Chronicles version would look like. But, well, no. Still pretty cool. Little weird dude. Then we'll bring in the Caveman He-Man that came in that same 2-pack with Orko. Just to get all of my He-Man stuff, because honestly there ain't that much. Oh, and I will actually grab... I don't know why I didn't grab this. Hold on. Oh, I shall return. Grab these two, because since this is supposed to be Skeletor, but after his regular life is over, if you will, his time of living as a skeleton man is over. We have the origin Skeletor, because I do not have a Chronicle Skeletor. As of yet. Either gonna pick up the movie one or just wait until they do a more classic version, which I probably actually prefer. But then here's the other Origins Skeletor. This is him before he turned into Skeletor. I forget what his actual name was, but basically has all the same elements, and then even have that green magic glowing thing going on. But yeah, so it's like you have... How do we want to do this? You have the start, you have the middle, and then the end represented here. I don't have their Scareglow, their Origins one. I probably would want to pick that up at some point, but we'll see. But yeah, he's really cool. I might do a couple other little comparisons just for fun. First thing, I'll just get out Sergeant Slaughter, because I had him in the last stream. Big beefy dude. Oh god. Excuse me. Big beefy guy. Looks great. Awesome figure. Grab Loki. The Loki series, our classic Loki, another magician dude, has some cool magic effects going on there. He's like, yes, yes, I'm doing magic. I'm a magic man. Look at me. Then we'll grab Razor, the NECA TMNT 2 line. He looks crazy. He looks alright next to this one. This one's a little bit more realistic though, but still looks great. Crazy monsters. And then last one, unless any of y'all here live have any suggestions on what to compare him with, unless you want to see some other figures too, I don't mind grabbing some if I'm able. But then last one we'll have for now is Korg for comparisons, unless said so. So let me know if y'all have any in mind, if you want to see a certain comparison with this Scarecrow, unless you wanted to see a certain figure in general. But there's Korg, he kind of works with the He-Man stuff. A little bit of his own thing going on, but even still, pretty neat. But yeah, a very, very cool looking Scarecrow. I actually really like this design. Definitely a great first start when it came to this Chronicles line. From there on, they've been killing it so far. I mean, Battle Cat, of course, is amazing. Despite the helmet trouble, trying to keep the helmet on is really like the main thing I would say is the problem with that figure. He-Man's pretty good. Could use maybe a couple more little tweaks here and there with detailing and little things here and there, but nothing very too much for me really sticks out. And then of what I have, Trapjaw, he's great. I love that figure. Man-at-Arms could be better. I like his look. I like his design. And I like how he is presented as of right now. But, you know, Man-at-Arms could be an improvement. He has some more glaring QC issues. But yeah. Might give it a few more minutes because I do want to kind of chill a bit. So yeah, and chill a bit. So be sure to like this video, comment what you want to see here on the channel, and subscribe if anything. If you want to do anything, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate the support from everyone who's been supporting, and I will get those shorts done. I promise to death. I did record the last one for the for the Man-at-Arms and the Trapjaw figures from yesterday, so that is already recorded and currently cooking. But the rest I need to get because now I got 4 to do. God, why did I do this to myself? Oh, well, I gotta procrastinate. Don't procrastinate, y'all. Oh. Well, sometimes depends, but yeah. We'll get that done soon, so. Yeah, do I got anything else I want to show? Check out the Instagram. New collab going up on Monday with the Bad Guys Inc. I may or may not be involved in that. I haven't gotten my picture done. Don't even know what character I would do, really, in my mind, so I kind of have to see what's going down, but yeah, so if not, go support the other guys there, but still check out my Instagram. A link will be in the description of every other video, and I don't really know on this one. I don't think so, but be sure check out all that stuff. What else? Oh yeah, look forward to next Friday stream because that will be the last one for the month because I will be out of town, so gotta finally hunker down on recording a video or getting a video done. so I don't leave y'all with nothing like I've had before. So apologies, but yeah, we'll give it another minute. I want to get to 36 minutes. That just feels right to me in my brain. So yeah, but thank y'all for joining me. Be safe out there. Try to be as healthy as you can. Cautious of what's going on. So appreciate for those who hung out, who viewed, who are hanging out. I appreciate all the support. We'll give it a minute in case one drops in, want to suggest anything, want to look at anything last minute. But without further ado, I shall see y'all on the next one. Goodbye.